Have you ever found yourself entangled with a code violation or potentially a code enforcement lien and wondered exactly what to do with them? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into everything you need to know about code enforcement violations and liens in Chattanooga, from understanding what they are, the different types, and exactly how to sell your property, even with a lien on it. Let's get into it. First things first, what exactly is a code enforcement violation and when does it become an actual lien? A code enforcement violation occurs when a property owner does not comply with local laws or regulations or ordinances set by the city related to building codes, zoning, health or safety standards, or other municipal regulations. These violations can cover a wide range of issues, including building code violations. These include issues like unauthorized construction, unsafe structures, or failure to obtain necessary permits for renovations or additions to your property. Zoning violations. These include and involve the improper use of the property, such as operating a business in a residential area or building structures that exceed the height or setback limits. Health and safety violations. These violations can include problems like inadequate sanitation, pest infestations, or the presence of hazardous material. Property maintenance violations. This category includes issues like overgrown vegetation, accumulation of junk or debris, graffiti, or even dilapidated buildings. Housing code violations. These can include problems related to rental properties, such as inadequate heating or plumbing, electrical systems, or failure to meet occupancy standards. Noise violations. Excessive noise that disturbs the peace can also be considered a code violation. When a property is found to be in violation of one of these codes, the property owner is typically issued a notice detailing the violations and given a period to rectify the situation. Failure to address these issues can lead to fines, penalties, and eventually a lien on the property if not resolved within the right time. A code enforcement violation can become a lien on the property if the owner fails to comply with the citation or correct it within the specific time frame. Here is how the process generally works. Number 1, notice of the violation. The property owner receives a notice detailing the specific code violations and the time allowed to correct them. Number 2, compliance period. The owner is given a certain period, typically 30 to 60 days, to rectify the issue. This period can vary depending on the nature of the violation and local regulations. Number 3, the reinspection period. After the compliance period, the property is reinspected. If the violations have not been corrected, further action may be taken. Number 4, fines and penalties. The property owner may be assessed with fines or penalties for non-compliance. These fines can accumulate daily or weekly until the violation is resolved. Number 5, the administrative hearing. If the owner continues to ignore the violation, the case may be escalated to an administrative hearing or court. The owner is given the opportunity to contest the violation, however. Number 6, lien placement. If the property owner still does not comply or pay the fines, the municipality or enforcing agency can place a lien on the property. This lien is a legal claim against the property for the unpaid fines and costs associated with enforcing the code. Number 7, notice of the lien. The lien is recorded with the county or relevant government entity, and notice of the lien is sent to the property owner. Number 8, lien enforcement. The lien can affect the owner's ability to sell or refinance the property. In some cases, if the lien remains unpaid, the municipality may take further legal action to foreclose on the property to recover fines and costs. It is important to note that the specifics of this process can vary based on local laws and regulations. Property owners should be aware of their local code enforcement laws and procedures. So what do you do if you find yourself with one of these violations? If you find yourself with a code enforcement violation, here's what you should do. Review the notice carefully. Carefully read the notice of the violation to understand the specific issues, deadlines, and any fines or penalties involved. Contact the agency. Reach out to the code enforcement agency right away or the officer who issued the notation. They can provide further details, clarify any questions, and may offer guidance on how to correct the violation. Understand your options. Determine what needs to be done to comply with the code. This might involve making repairs, obtaining permits, or ceasing certain activities. In some cases, you might need legal or financial advice. Consulting with a real estate attorney can help you understand your options, especially if your lien is significant. They can negotiate on your behalf or challenge the lien if it's unjustified. Create a plan. Develop a plan to address the violation within the specific time frame. This might include hiring contractors, scheduling inspections, or doing the work yourself. If it's manageable, to ensure repairs are up to local standards, it's crucial to pay close attention to detail and strictly adhere to the local code regulations. Start by thoroughly researching the specific codes and standards that apply to your specific situation outlined in the local building codes or ordinances section. Before you begin any repairs, confirm whether permits are necessary and obtain them as required only to ensure that your work is authorized and will undergo the necessary inspections for compliance. Correct the violation. Take necessary steps to fix the problem. When you proceed with the repairs, if any, prioritize using materials and techniques that not only meet but exceed the minimum standards set by the codes. It is wise to seek advice from professionals such as contractors, engineers, property managers to ensure that the quality of your work meets these standards effectively. Make sure to document all of your actions. Keep detailed records of the actions you take to correct the violation, including receipts, photographs, and any communication that you've had with the contractor or the code enforcement agency itself. Throughout this process, maintaining meticulous documentation, including receipts, permits, inspection reports, can greatly help you. This documentation serves as crucial evidence that the violation has been properly addressed and rectified in accordance with regulations. By diligently following these steps, you can ensure your property remains compliant with local codes and regulations, thereby reducing the risk of fines or further enforcement actions. Request a reinspection. Once you've corrected the violation, contact the code enforcement agency to request a reinspection. Provide them with proof that the issue has been resolved. They may send an inspector to verify that everything is up to standard. This step is vital as it allows the official to verify that your work meets all of the required standards and that the issue has been fully resolved. Appeal if necessary. If you believe the violation is unwarranted or you need more time to address it, you may have the option to appeal the decision. Check the notice for more information on how to file an appeal and any associated deadlines. And if you can't fix the problem immediately, contact the local code enforcement office yourself. Sometimes they can grant extensions or will provide resources to help you comply in an efficient time. Pay fines or fees. If there are any fines or fees associated with a violation, make sure to pay them promptly. Avoid any additional penalties or anything that will cause you to get a lien on your property. And if you already have a lien on your property, after the violation has been cleared, you can then work on officially getting the lien removed. Stay informed. Educate yourself about local codes and regulations to prevent future violations. Staying compliant can save you time, money, and stress in the long run. Financially, you may consider a loan to cover the cost of the repairs, especially if the lien is preventing you from selling your property or even refinancing. Remember, a lien can impact your credit score and your ability to get favorable loan terms. Taking these steps can help you resolve the violation and efficiently avoid further complications. Now let's discuss how to sell your home to a cash buyer, even with a lien on it, and what are the several steps to take to ensure the transaction is smooth and the lien is properly addressed. Here's what you should do. Disclose the lien. Be upfront with the potential buyer about the lien on your property. Transparency is crucial to avoid any legal issues and ensure the buyer is aware of the situation. Determine the lien payoff amount. Contact the lender to get the exact payoff amount. This is the amount that you'll need to pay to satisfy and remove the lien. Negotiate with the lien holder. In some cases, you may be able to negotiate and pay a reduced amount with the lien holder. This can be especially helpful if the lien amount is substantial. Negotiate with the buyer. Discuss options to negotiate with the buyer regarding the lien. This could involve reducing the overall sale price to accommodate the lien, or agreeing to paying off the lien as a part of the transaction. Find a reputable title company or a real estate attorney to help you facilitate the transaction. Finding a good or reputable title company can help you facilitate the sale and ensure the lien is properly addressed during the entire transaction, and all paperwork is handled accordingly. Include the lien in the sales agreement. When drafting a sales agreement with the buyer, include the clause specifying that the lien will be paid off from the proceeds of the sale. This ensures that both parties understand how the lien will be handled. Close the sale. During the closing process, the title company or attorney will use the sale proceeds to pay off the lien. They'll handle all of the paperwork to ensure that the lien is released and removed from the property. Provide proof of the lien release. Once the lien is paid off, obtain a lien release document from the lien holder. This document proves that the lien has been satisfied and fully released and is no longer able to claim against the property. Transfer ownership. After the lien is paid off and the release is recorded, the title company or attorney will complete the transfer of ownership to the new buyer. Remember, always keep records, keep copies of all documents related to the lien payoff and the sale of the property for your own records and documentation. By following these steps, you can successfully sell your house to a cash buyer, even if you have a lien on the property. That wraps up our guide on dealing with and selling your house with code enforcement violations or liens in Chattanooga. If you have any questions or need further information, please go ahead and leave a comment and we'd love to address it in the next video. And if you're a home seller looking to get educated about how to sell your house fast, check out this playlist over here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Molly with Cash Out of My Home. And if you're looking to sell your house fast or for cash, feel free to contact us on our website below. Take care.